Leche. What do you think, Jefe? Who's the real Jefe here? Are you the real Jefe? Leche is the real Jefe. Do you know what leche means? Leche, do you know what leche means? Leche means milk in Spanish. Milk. Milk. Because he looks like spilt milk. Anyway, Leche adopted us. He came along. He's the Jefe of I think we have how many cats do we have, Jorge? 3 or 4? 3. We used to have 4. One was being mean, so we had to relocate him. He's being mean to us. Now this is a happy family of cats. Not just a happy family of workers. Look, they love Jorge. Look, here comes another one. All right. Anyway, Leche was sort of showing off what I'm featuring at the very moment here. And that is Agave bracteosa, also known as the candelabrum agave, also known as the spider agave. Can you tell why? Also known as the squid agave, not to be confused with the octopus agave. Anyway, this is one of my favorite plants. It is so cool. It doesn't even really look like, it looks more like an air plant, like a tillandsia that'd be growing up in the branches of a tree in Central America, rather than a ground terrestrial growing agave. These plants are native to Mexico. They inhabit cliff sides. They grow on the cliffs of the Koalan Desert, anywhere from 3,500 feet to 5,000 feet high. That's pretty high. And I think it's the elevation which has given this plant its cold hardiness, because it's cold hardy to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. It means you can probably grow this thing in Colorado and all kinds of places that don't get that cold, colder than 10. And anyway, you can see we use it all over in funny places. It's also extremely drought tolerant. This plant, we never water this plant. It just gets rainfall and everything. This is just in a cylinder. I have this terracotta cylinder. Look, the dirt's all the way down here. It's just sending babies out the bottom. So really, really fun. And you can put it in terracotta pots, just, grace little, like here, like Leche. Like you like squid, Leche? You like squid? Say hello to YouTube people. Say hello. Here's one here, Leche's showing off. And and it's just sitting in this little pot, and it just doesn't get any special care whatsoever. Leche likes it. It's right next to our skull. If you need to open a beer we are here, this is the place to do it, right next to Leche. Okay, but what my little project is today, so it's totally thornless. You can use it as a ground cover. It can look like a cool kind of grayish grass planted in mass, and it will sucker and it'll spread around, as you can tell, fairly aggressively. And you can have kind of like a grassy little meadow. I've never done this in a landscape plan, but I always thought it'd be cool. A grassy meadow of your spider agave. And now I'll show you what happened here. Basically, the guy who built my whole fence system was a great guy. Don't get me wrong, he did a great job, except he didn't have the cover for the post here. And he said he promised to bring it. That was about 8 or 9 years ago, I think. I called him a few times, but he never brought it. And I put this here because it looks so terrible. And that looks almost as terrible, but it's not as dangerous. So I finally came up with a bright idea of, guess what? Boom! Spider agave. I'm gonna stuff him in the crack. What I did down here, you can't tell, but I filled the whole thing up full of little water bottles that are full of water, so I didn't need all the dirt all the way down it, because this plant certainly doesn't need it. It grows on these cliffs, so this is kind of like a cliff, right? It's a little bit like a cliff, a little bit, and it faces west. It's going to get tons of sun coming in from this direction over here. And so this is one of the finishing touches of my demonstration garden. It's been bugging me forever, and so this is going to get right in there. It's going to be totally happy. When you come into my office to cut a plant deal, right here, I'll make an exception. If you're cutting a plant deal, I'll consider you an employee at the moment, maybe especially if you help us load it into your truck. And you'll see my little agave right here. And I think it'd be easier to pack the soil in without making a video at the same time with the other hand. It'd be good to have two hands for this. So anyway, that, my friends, right there is the Agave bracteosa, the squid agave, the, what did I say? The squid agave, the spider agave, and the candelabrum agave. How pretty is that?